Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Wallace in New York with First Look for this Wednesday. A great show tonight. And one of the highlights, the third part of a very important series that we think you all will be extremely interested in. We've been taking a look at something we call the caregivers, how millions of us are struggling with our jobs and taking care of our kids at home. And we're also now having to take care of our parents and even our grandparents. So we've been taking a look at this issue, and our mission, I say our because I'm joined by our fabulous producer, Susie Shackman. Our mission for tonight's piece was to take a look at what businesses are doing to help manage the elder care pinch. And Susie, you sort of took the lead in reporting on this. You were finding companies, what they're doing. Tell me why you found the company Freddie Mac and what you thought about it.
Well, I did some research, and Freddie Mac had released some information about they have a new backup elder care program, which is that you can call up and you're at work, and let's say your mom or dad needs something immediately. If they fall or they were just diagnosed with a kind of illness that they need immediate care, you can call the company, and for $15 a day, you can get elder care in your home for up to 20 days a year. So it's a real lifesaver for people who are struggling, need to be at work, and they find themselves in that position. So I think it's a very helpful thing. And then we found out other things that they did as well. They're a very involved company with helping their employees with all kinds of benefits.
And one of the things you'll see in the piece tonight, something else they do, they sponsor monthly support group meetings where employees can sit around on company time, on their lunch hour, at work, and talk with other employees about just vent or get some tips about taking care of mom and dad. And I think Susie and I were both struck by what an impact this is having on the people we met.
Right. I think everyone there was feeling like a very loyal employee. They felt very connected to Freddie Mac. They were there because of the treatment that they got. And also, I think we got the sense that they were getting something back. They were giving a lot and they were getting something back, that it really worked. It was a win-win situation for both the employees and the company.
So didn't you feel like it's a no-brainer? Shouldn't all companies be doing this?
Yes, we were thinking that. It would be something that, and that's another part of our story, is that companies are going to need to step up in the future because of the amount of need there is, that companies are going to need to match that need for their employees because more people are going to be faced with the crisis of being caught in the sandwich generation of caring for their kids and caring for their parents as we live longer. So, yeah. It's going to be a need.
And you'll see tonight, you'll find out a little bit about why companies aren't doing more, what other companies are doing, and just like Susie was mentioning, just the demographics, the aging demographics, how we're all living longer, our parents were living longer, and how just like many people, many workers pushed for child care in the 80s, that some experts believe elder care will be the new child care, that workers are going to be demanding better elder care, or they'll go other places.
I'm Richard Roth in London. The government isn't officially calling it this, but it's being widely described here as Britain's endgame for Iraq. The announcement today that just as American forces there are surging, British forces are to begin shrinking. Prime Minister Tony Blair made the announcement that British troops will begin pulling out of southern Iraq within months. The 7,100 troops there could be down to a force of under 5,000 by the end of the summer. He didn't give an exit date, but he suggested there's an exit strategy, saying that a British military presence would continue into next year, quoting now, "for as long as we are wanted and have a job to do." The Basra area in southern Iraq, where the British have been deployed, isn't like Baghdad, Blair said. It hasn't faced what he called the orgy of terrorism in the north. He hardly described it as peaceful, but he said it's time for the Iraqis themselves to write the next chapter of their history there.
So everyone, you got to watch tonight. That's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, of course. That's the evening news with Katie Couric and a whole lot more. So we hope we'll see you then.